The medical bay of the Cerberus reeked of copper and burnt ozone. James pressed a clean gauze against the gash on Anna's forearm, watching crimson bloom through the white fabric. Around them, the emergency lights cast everything in shades of red, making the blood look black. "Hold still," James muttered, reaching for the antiseptic. His hands were steady despite the chaos that had erupted on the station 3 hours ago. Anna winced but didn't pull away. "Think the others made it to the escape pods?" "If they followed protocol." James didn't look up. He'd seen what happened to people who panicked during Jarakai raids. The insectoid warriors didn't take prisoners, they took trophies. The door hissed open behind them. James spun, medkits scattering across the floor. In the doorway stood something that made his breath catch. 7 feet of chitinous armor, crowned with a crest that pulsed with bioluminescent blue. Not a warrior, worse, a Jarakai queen? "Move away from the female," the queen said, her voice like wind through hollow bones. Her forearms flexed, each ending in blade-like appendages that could slice through reinforced steel. James stepped in front of Anna. No, the queen's mandibles clicked laughter or threat, he couldn't tell. She moved forward with unsettling grace, and James realized his pulse rifle was across the room, useless. "You are either brave or simple, human." The queen's multifaceted eyes fixed on him. "My warriors reported your species fights poorly, soft, weak, yet you stand between me and my prize?" "She's not a prize. She's a person." The queen's head tilted, studying him like a specimen. Then her gaze dropped to Anna's arm, where blood still seeped from the wound. Something shifted in her posture. "The female is damaged." "I'm treating her injury," James said, not moving. His mind raced through options, all of them ending badly. "Show me." James blinked. "What? How you repair her?" The queen gestured with one blade arm. "Show me your method." It wasn't a request. James glanced at Anna, who nodded slightly, her face pale. He knelt slowly, retrieving the antiseptic and gauze. The queen moved closer, looming over them both, her breathing a soft chittering sound. James cleaned the wound with careful strokes, explaining out of pure nervousness. "First you remove debris and dead tissue. Then antiseptic to prevent infection. Humans are vulnerable to bacterial invasion." "Vulnerable," the queen repeated, her voice thoughtful. "Yet you possess methods to counter this weakness. We adapt." James applied a dermal regenerator, watching the torn skin begin to knit. "We're not as strong as some species, not as fast, but we're stubborn. We learn. We survive." The queen was silent for a long moment. Then one of her blade arms transformed, the chitin reshaping into something resembling fingers. Before James could react, she grasped his wrist. Her grip was gentle but absolute. "Do that again," she commanded. James froze. The wound is closed. Then open it." Anna's eyes widened in horror, but the queen raised another hand. "No, not her." The queen retracted her grip and extended her own arm. Where chitinous armor met softer joint tissue, she pressed a blade against herself. Green ichor welled from the cut. "Treat me as you treat her." James stared. In all the xenobiology courses, all the contact protocols, no one had prepared him for this. Jarakai physiology was barely documented. Every medical team that got close enough to study them ended up as casualties, but the queen was waiting. Those alien eyes fixed on him with an intensity that made his skin prickle. "Your biology is different," James said carefully. "I could make it worse. Or you demonstrate your species' gift for adaptation." The queen's mandibles clicked. "My warriors are efficient killers. But what happens when they are injured far from the hive? We lack your word ... medics. We either survive or we are abandoned." Understanding crashed over James like cold water. The Jarakai were conquerors, yes. But they bled. They suffered. And they had no way to heal each other. "Anna, hand me the xenobiological scanner," James said quietly, for the next 20 minutes. James worked with shaking hands while Anna fed him data from the scanner. The queen's biochemistry was radically different silicon-based proteins, neural clusters distributed throughout her body, blood that oxidized in open air. But wounds were wounds. Tissue was tissue. He improvised, using a laser scalpel to cauterize the bleeding, applying a polymer sealant designed for hull breaches. The Queen watched every movement, occasionally asking questions with surprising insight. "Your species treats wounds immediately," she observed. "Even in the middle of combat, I saw your soldiers drag fallen comrades to safety." "Why? They slow you down. Make you vulnerable." "Because each person matters," Anna said, speaking for the first time. "We don't abandon our people." The Queen's crest pulsed brighter. "Inefficient, emotional, weak, is it?" James sealed the last of the wound. "Your warriors are fierce. But you said it yourself. When they're hurt far from home, they're abandoned, humans. We fight harder to save each other than we do for victory." He stepped back, exhausted. The Queen flexed her arm, examining the repair work. Green ichor had stopped flowing. The wound, while crude by human standards, was closed. "Inefficient," the Queen repeated. But her tone had changed. "Yet you survived. You adapted. You turned weakness into ... strategy." She straightened to her full height, and James tensed, ready for the killing blow. Instead, the Queen touched a device on her carapace. Chittering syllables filled the air orders in her language. "My warriors will withdraw from this station," she said. "Tell your leaders this. The Jarakai Collective has made a study of many species. We have conquered the strong. But your kind ... her eyes fixed on James. You weaponize compassion. It makes you formidable in ways we did not predict." She moved toward the door, then paused. "Human James, when we meet again, and we will, I hope you are as stubborn as you claim." Then she was gone, melting into the shadows. Anna let out a shaky breath. Did that really just happen? James collapsed against the wall, adrenaline finally crashing. I think we just gave a Jarakai queen a very dangerous idea." "What idea?" He looked at the scattered medical supplies, thinking of the Queen's words. "That mercy isn't weakness, and that humans are a lot more trouble than they thought." Outside, the sound of Jarakai warriors retreating echoed through the station. The raid was over. Against all odds, they'd survived not through superior firepower, but through something far more human, the ability to heal even those who came as enemies.